Good afternoon, YouTube, and welcome back to Fat Cat Collections. And today I want to do a video on a new product that I just got picked up. It was an invite-only product, and here I am sitting in my car outside of my outside of my neighborhood because I wanted to just kind of give you guys my 2 cents on this product. And the product is the Amazon Alexa car, which she just turned on. Never mind. So, you guys know I'm really big into smart home tech, and I think it's great that Amazon and some of these other companies, really Amazon for the most part when it comes to the car stuff, is starting to integrate this into the car. What I find most useful about this device after using it for the last couple weeks, maybe about 2 weeks, is that if you want to use your home control on it, it's wonderful. The only downside that I can really see with this device is I use Virgin Mobile for my cellular service, and they use the Sprint network, and their towers are not, in my opinion, for my purposes, I have Wi-Fi pretty much everywhere that I go. For my purposes, it works fine, but like in my home, my signal's really shoddy there when it comes to being able to make a cell call. Sometimes a cell phone will ring. In my case, I use a Google Voice number, which forwards to my home line, my UMA, my Magic Jack, pretty much everything. So just in case somebody does call, one of those phones is going to pick it up. There's plenty of times where somebody will call me or text me, and I don't get the text or call for quite some time, depending on where I'm at. Right now, it's on LTE signal, and when I'm on 3G, it's almost useless. The 3 LTE or the LTE, not bad, but I had to get away from my neighborhood, and I live up on a hill, pretty high, above most of the town. So I guess maybe I'm in a dead spot. I'm not really sure, but even down the road a little bit, I'm still only getting 2 bars. So I actually moved my phone up to the top of the car here just to maybe demonstrate this a little better. First, let me show you the device here, and this is what it looks like. And there's a couple of videos on YouTube about this, and this is it right here. It's pretty compact. When you say the wake word, Alexa, never mind, you will see the status light, very similar to your standard Echo Home or any of the other Amazon Assistant products. There is a recession here with some kind of rubber, sort of a, like, not really grip tape. There's a little bit of a rubber, I guess, grip to it. I have it positioned right here just on top of my stereo. This is a power acoustic, Bluetooth enabled stereo. I pretty much use everything with MP3. I don't even use a DVD or anything like that. And I've done a review on this as well if you're interested in that. It's a really big screen, but you really have to have the right car to install this. Even on this car, it does cover some of the controls. Still works for me. I did get it as a sponsorship deal, so I installed it, and I really don't want to remove it. I like the deck. It works. But in my case here, I just have the Alexa. Hopefully she didn't hear me. She didn't. Right on top of here. Let me mute it for a second here. There's a mute button right on top there. You see it turns red, just like any of the Amazon products. I have it plugged into the side USB port. This, I do a lot of things when I do installs or stuff around the house. I like to make it very clean. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with this device yet. If I'm going to leave it here or find a better way to install it. A better way to really would be to put a line or drill a hole inside the dash and run the line down inside the cigarette lighter. It does come with sort of this mount here with some double stick tape and this square, and this basically sits inside the Amazon Alexa car, and that prevents it from moving around. They demonstrate it mounted on a dash and having the wire run. I don't like to see wires, period, with anything. So for me, even this is kind of a bother. Now, I've looked at different USB cables to plug this in different areas. I haven't really been able to find anything on eBay that really is going to make me happy with the install on this. And this is just temporary. I mean, obviously, you can see this is not how I like to do things here. But for the purpose of the video, I want to at least show you guys what it looks like. So when I have it muted right now, obviously. So what this does, it uses your cell phone signal. It connects via Bluetooth. I don't know how it does it, but it connects to your stereo, and you can actually plug it in. It does come with the small mini jack right there, where you can plug this in and hardwire it directly to this radio itself if you have an audio in, which this deck does. But I just use the Bluetooth, and what this is doing right now, I have it on music mode for Bluetooth, and anytime I activate the device, it's connecting to my phone's internet, which is pretty cool that it does that. I don't know how it does it, but it connects to the phone, gets the information from there, and then relays it over to the Bluetooth through the stereo so you can use a speaker. So let me unmute it for a second, and I'm just going to demonstrate just a few things with it. Alexa, what day is it?
It's Friday, July 26th.
Alexa, what's the weather like in Las Vegas? Alexa. Alexa, what's the weather like in Las Vegas?
Right now in Las Vegas, Nevada, it's 105 degrees Fahrenheit with partly sunny skies. Tonight's forecast has mostly clear skies, with a low of 84 degrees.
Alright, so what you can also do with this, I could say, Alexa, turn on the front door light. Okay, what just happened there is she's actually turned on some of my smart home, one of the smart home switches I have. This particular one is through Lumari. It's just did a video on this. It's a Wi-Fi enabled front door light. Now you guys can't see it from here, but that indication noise that she made, basically that tells me that she activated that light. So I'm gonna say, Alexa, Alexa, turn off the front door light. And so that noise that's being made there again is a confirmation that she has actually turned it off. If that didn't work, it would actually give a different noise. So I think the product's pretty cool. You can see that obviously it has the far field microphones in it, just like the home version does. But in a car, because I have mine so close to the vent, it's picking up noise from the vent. So sometimes it doesn't hear you all that well. Probably not the best spot for it. That's probably why they recommend putting this on the dashboard, just because it's close to the window. You allow your voice that projects and bounces off the window. Probably a much better place to put it. But for me, I personally would never want this on my dashboard. Now, there's other custom things you can do. This could be mounted. I kind of thought about mounting it up towards a windshield. That would involve me running lines through the Highliner and down. Something I may do at a later date. I'm just not 100% unsure where I want to put this. It does come with a cigarette lighter adapter for two ports, so you can hook up your phone and the device itself. And the thing is, you have to have power with this. So there are some creative ways that you could get around that. You could plug this into an external battery, like one of the charging packs, which I thought about doing, just because then you'd be able to bring it from car to car, but then you'd have to resync it or repair it with any of the different stereos you're going to be using. And the only other car that I have Bluetooth in is my Honda, whereas my Jaguar, you're pretty much stuck with that stereo, and that didn't have Bluetooth in that particular year. So that kind of sucks. But with this is the car I generally drive in the summertime, and this is my Toyota Solara, and so I'll probably just hardwire it in here. This is a special invite only. It's so new that they're only inviting certain people to review this, and they gave it to me for a discount of 50% off. I got it for $24.99 with I think $3 or $4 shipping. So you know, I think it's pretty cool that they're integrating this kind of stuff into cars, but I just think right now they're gonna have to come up with a better method. I think that this is, I mean, if you like things to look neat and tidy, I don't think this is really the best method. I think they should have put maybe the charging port on the opposite side, maybe towards the back. Not 100% sure. It's something that I personally won't want it to, you know, look like this, of course. You know, and I'll just show you guys again. I don't like the wire hanging. I thought about mounting it down here, but I just don't know how well the microphone's going to work with this. So I just have to experiment with it. I will come back and re-review at a later date. Again, the only thing that sucks with it is really dependent on your cell phone and your cell signal. And for me, my internet, just my mobile network on Virgin Mobile where I live is just pretty terrible. Here, not so bad. Obviously, it's recognizing my voice, it's hearing my voice, it's getting me the information. I didn't demonstrate too much with it because you guys, if you guys are interested in these products, you guys already know how the Amazon Echo products work, or any of the Amazon assistants. I hope Google does something like this at a later date. I'm definitely gonna experiment with ordering a separate battery pack. So this is something that I could basically, when I want to use it, pop out and just plug in, maybe put it in center console here. Again, not 100% sure. I just am a real stickler when it comes to anything that is installed in a car that doesn't look clean. Now, I think that this technology, although it's really great that they're coming out with their own product for it, and I'm sure there's some people that don't mind. There are lots of people who use radar detectors and what else, like GPS, you know, separate GPS, Garmin's, that kind of stuff, that don't mind having the wires. I guess if you were using this to take it on maybe a road trip or whatnot, you could in theory use this with your cell signal and just use the output into some earphones or a Bluetooth speaker. It is something that could be portable, and I'd like to demonstrate that at a later date. This is something I would definitely bring on vacation if you're going somewhere you don't have directions. But then again, we all have this on our phone, so I don't know, it's kind of gimmicky to me. There's been a couple of the products. I think Garmin came out with one that it's a suction cup. It sticks like a suction cup style, sticks on your window, which would be easier to tuck it off to the side and run the lines down. Again, that may be something that I do at a later date. Maybe mount this off to the side. I just want to get it installed where it looks clean and custom, and it's just not there. You want this product to really, you want it to be somewhat visible but look like it's part of the car. And I think that this is definitely something that at a later date you're going to see a lot more stereo manufacturers, if they haven't done it already, integrating this into the stereo itself. And I think that's just going to be a much cleaner look to have a stereo installed and have this be part of the system. Now, with that being said also, let's face it, nowadays, car audio and car stereos, it's really starting to become, my cars are older. I mean, my Honda's a 2000, my Solar is a 2006, my Jag's an 03. Now, the Jag, that particular one had the integrated GPS and all that stuff a little before its time, really, and unfortunately I wish it didn't have it because you can't change out the deck. And with my other two cars, what I love is the fact that if I have any problems, if I see something cooler come out, better technology, I could put in any double din deck. In this case, obviously, this is a huge double din with a 10.3 inch screen. I like the idea of being able to just put something else in there. These newer cars coming out, really, you can't change anything. It becomes very, very difficult to add anything. Now, you can always add amps, you can always add subwoofers, there's always ways to do that, but when it comes to changing the deck out, you really are pretty much stuck with it. And there's lots of great products as far as the audio aspect, which allows you to get much better audio, sound processors to remove distortion. I mean, Steve Mead makes a great distortion detector I want to pick up. I know this video isn't really about audio, but it's important to mention that this is the reason why I think this is kind of a cool product, because most people aren't going to be able to, get an aftermarket deck that has the Amazon product or the Assistant built in. So you can use this with directions if you want. You guys know I kind of keep my location sort of private, it's the internet, so I'm not going to demonstrate directions because I don't want that to give me away at all. But you can say, give me the directions to the nearest gas station, and she will communicate that and tell you which way to go. So it's pretty cool, hand-free voice control. I think it's pretty awesome for my purposes, because if I'm driving home and I want to turn on a light, I can do it right with my voice, which is a lot quicker and safer than pulling out the phone, trying to find the app, and turning on the light. So I think that's pretty cool, although I haven't tested it with what it's going to be like coming up my street, because again, the cell signal there is pretty weak. So I would have to turn on a light or turn off a light before I got there. And I'd like to demonstrate that, but I don't want to, again, disclose too much of where I live. I do like to keep most of my life private, you know what I mean? That's just personal preference. But I do think it's an interesting device. I think the price point on this at $50 isn't unreasonable, but I think that most people are going to possibly not want to spend that. I think $30 is a much better price point, but we'll just have to see. We'll just have to see what kind of comments this video gets. And I know the video didn't really demonstrate too much of what it does, but let's face it, with these products, the main thing that these products do is music, voice control, and information. So, if I want to ask this, a question about anything that you can ask your normal assistant, you can ask it. So it's kind of a cool way to get in the car. I personally wouldn't have spent $50 on it because I know that this is something, even in the last 2 weeks of having it, I haven't really used it all that much. Sure, you can stream Pandora with it, and you can ask it to play different music, different stations, which I can demonstrate to you guys. I can say, Alexa, play Alexa, play the blues on Pandora.
Blues radio from Pandora.
Alexa, stop. So So guys, the reason I stopped it because YouTube, you on any video you put up, you have to have permission to use any music. It automatically detects if you have any kind of audio that's not yours, and if you don't have the rights to it, you get a copyright strike. So I don't want to do that. But it was about to play. It does play music, so that can be functional for most people. But let's face it, again, to me, it's a lot easier just to put in a micro SD card or a USB card and just select the song I want. So I don't know, it's pretty cool. I mean, it's definitely you know, if you're a techie kind of person who likes this kind of stuff, it's definitely something I recommend getting, but it may not be for everybody. So I just wanted to give you guys my honest opinion on that. I will come back and review it again at a later date once I get it installed, more of a custom manner. Right now, this is not the way I like to do things. Obviously, I like things very, very clean looking, and that's just not going to work for me. So let me know what you guys think. I know a little bit unorthodox video. I normally do these videos in my office or in my home. A little awkward traffic coming by and sitting here talking to myself in the car. But I just wanted to share that with you guys. Again, not a bad product, pretty cool. I think that as time goes on, they will improve this and do things to make it better. I definitely like the fact it's so compact, and I haven't really messed around with it as far as is this something that let's say I end up not using it in the car, can you use this in the home? Again, it defeats the purpose of it. I think this is really designed to be linked via Bluetooth, but then again, if you were in the home with this and you had it plugged in and you have your cell phone or connect to a Wi-Fi network, it still should work. So let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you have any questions or comments. I'm always here to help. Remember, subscribe to the channel if you like the content. As always, guys, have a great day and take care.